This week's Parsha encounters the splitting of when Avram sends Lot away. They part ways. And people think the reason they parted ways is Lot was a no-goodnik. Actually, Lot, in his generation, was very good. He was not as good as Abraham, but he was a good guy. Remember, he lived with Abraham. He knew what was right and wrong. And he chooses to go to Sodom and Gomorrah because he wants the money. He's into the money. But if you were to ask Lot if he violated any of the halachot of Abraham, he would say no, and he'd be honest. There's a lot of people, they take a heter, and then they abuse the heter. The famous story of the microphone of South Africa. I don't know how many people there know the story. In the 1950s, there was a big shul in South Africa. They got a microphone that could be used on Shabbat through certain reasons. The chief rabbi of Israel at the time, Rav Untermeyer, actually gave them a heter to use this particular microphone in this particular shul on Shabbat, because it was I can't go in, I don't know the reasons, but there was a way that the microphone was made that it actually could be used on Shabbat. What happened was a lot of places took this heter for this shul under these circumstances, and he was very specific, by the way, and they began to put it in other shuls, not using the right microphone, and had no need for the microphone. So Rav Untermeyer had to rescind the heter for the original heter. And that was basically luck. He would take a heter and then abuse it. So it's a good lesson, whereas Abraham was very particular. If you gave him a heter, he would say, you know what, it might be okay, but I don't want to do it. It doesn't sound right. So when you hear a heter, you have to think, why was the heter given, and why are we allowed to do that? And maybe it doesn't fit your situation. Just something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.